So some of you may have been wondering why we're jumping, for instance, from this lateral line to the anterior line and then to the lateral line, and right, we're doing a little bit of that. Part of it is I'm trying to treat each section in 3D before I move on to the next section. Once I'm not watching, you do it any way you want, right? Like you could just continue up and then come and do the anterior line. And we're gonna do the same on this. I'm noticing that I'm going from this medial line to the posterior line, and then I'm going medial line to posterior line rather than continuing up, and because I'm just trying to get this whole part done. Starting tomorrow when we're treating the myofascial continuities, then we won't be jumping like that. We'll stay on one line because then we're trying to orient differently, right? So now we're at, after the foot compression, now we're at palm pressing the medial leg. So here I'm compressing with the heel of my hand, and I'm just posterior the tibia. So I'm capturing that medial gastroc and soleus, which tends to feel really good. It can be somewhat tender, but tends to feel really good. So you know you're in the right place because right here, I can feel the back of the tibia, right on the edge of my hand there. Then I'm going to do this posterior line. You, again, if your thumbs aren't up for it, you could use the heel of your hand like this or with double. I'm going to use my thumbs starting right on the Achilles and then work my way up the Achilles until it turns into the gastrocnemius. And I'm going to follow between the heads right up that midline along the posterior line. Is that pressure okay? Be aware as you get into the gastrocnemius itself, it's likely to be more tender than where you just had been.
So you're on top of the Achilles right here, right?
Yeah, right in the very back line.
Oh, the back line
yeah.
bit? Okay.
Yeah. So keep following that, either thumbs or the heel of your hand. Then we're going to go back to the adductors, to the medial line. So here this is palm over palm, so nice and broad. And especially in this first spot closest to the knee, we've got Hunter's canal, so we don't want to be specific. We want to be really broad. And compress as high as you and your partner are comfortable. And then back to the posterior line. And here you can do the heel of the hand, but because my fingers get in the way here of her other leg, I'm gonna use the knuckles. That way I can go all the way up to the ischial tuberosity without problem. The paparazzi are swarming in.
Yeah.
So here I am right to the ischial tuberosity. You could also split the difference and do, because we do have 3 hamstrings, right? So here I'm not quite on adductors, but I'm on on a more medial line of hamstring. Okay, let's try that. Let me show you one more time. So